Hello, this is Paul Milligan for IC Show TV at IC 2018. Thanks for joining us. I'm joined today by David Joplin, the MD of Unicol. Welcome.
Hi there, good afternoon.
Could you tell me, you guys are in probably a really great position to answer a question like this because you're involved in so many different types of projects. Where, if any, are you seeing the growth areas in any type of sector in the AV industry?
I think for us it's particularly important. We're seeing a huge uplift in demand for retail-driven digital signage stands, and we've got a full product range actually on our stand here at ISE. So anybody that wants to come along and have a look, they're more than welcome to come and see us about any of those options. They're very significant because they're easy to install, they're very easy to get up and running very quickly, so installation time is one of the key drivers to the particular range we've got here on site. So we're very enthusiastic about that. We've also been looking at higher education. We've got a full range of higher education lecture theatre furniture, which is a new opportunity for Unicol. We have a timely product, it's well engineered, and more importantly for this particular sector, it's actually delivered in a fairly short lead time, which I believe some of our competitors seem to struggle with. So we're very excited about that.
And you've talked about a couple of growth areas for you guys. Are there any other areas of the AV sector that are flat or are kind of losing market right now?
The traditional sort of flat screen business tends to be a little slower than some of the other areas, but interestingly the projector sector of the market, which I would have thought to have started to perhaps slow down a little, hasn't shown any signs of weakness at all. So personally I'm kind of surprised about that, but we've got a full range that caters for all projector mount equipment, as everybody knows and loves. So anything with a ceiling mount is Unicol's bag, so we're there.
So could you tell me what, if anything, Unicol's strategy is to cope with the sort of growing demands of end users these days?
Paul, I'm really glad you asked me that, because that's one of my own pet subjects. We've actually invested a lot of money in engineering resource. We've actually got the latest SolidWorks software, because what we want to do, and what we're working ever closer with our big main users, because the investment levels are as high as they are, we want to be involved at the very earliest opportunity on these major projects. Only by working in that way can we actually develop and supply the complete solution that customers want, which is financially the most cost effective, because quite often we find people come to us when it's late in the day, so quite often their opportunities and options are fairly limited into what they can have within the time frame, rather than what they could have if there was more time available to us to actually give them a quicker return on investment, because the investment levels in these projects are just so high these days and people demand that.
So by getting in early, it not only benefits you in producing the best outcome for the client, it also produces the client because they can get exactly what they want. Is that fair to say?
That's exactly what we try and get to. I mean, we're happy to sign NDAs if people feel more comfortable with that, because I do understand there's some reservations out in the marketplace with customers and end users getting a bit too close together. But we're more than happy to work with anybody as long as we're in at the game very early.
So David, Unicol traditionally has not signed up with any of the sort of major distributors, but I see recently you've done a deal with Stampede. Could you tell me the reasons behind this and why now?
I can. We're actually very excited about this opportunity. We know most of the Stampede team from their previous lives, and we've got a long established relationship with virtually everybody on the Stampede team. And I feel that's given us the confidence to put a toe in the water with this particular market sector. And we feel, working as a team with the Stampede guys, that we can actually deliver some real positivity going forward. I think it's important to say that for all our existing customer base, it's exactly business as usual. So this is seen as an incremental sales activity rather than a replacement.
Fantastic. David, thank you very much for your time.